Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for July 25th, 2021, Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We will have a Time for Change call Wednesday night and a possibly reverse aging health call on Friday of this week. Been in transit, up and down, around. So remember that all beings are from the very beginning, right from the start, Buddhas. We are all enlightened beings in disguise. Each of us is born with full access to the highest peak of truth, love, and consciousness. And people say, well, how do you know that? How do you figure that out? I mean, where's the proof? It's real easy. If you look and I think we've all done this, most of us have. If you look into a baby's eyes, you'll see it. The sparkle of their pure, uncluttered, untainted awareness, just blazing. And you can see that there is no sense of time, rigid beliefs, or systems of controlling the world in their mind. There is just pure presence and awareness. They are naturally in love with life, without even lifting a finger or trying. Their enlightened nature shines through. This consciousness is in all of us, for at one time, as we all know, we were all babies. If our enlightened nature is already here now, totally complete and whole, in itself, why isn't the entire world filled with an abundance of enlightened beings? It's a good question, isn't it? There's one little thing in the way, that one little thing called the ego. The mind gets identified with certain desires, thinking it has to have these things in order to be happy. Now, the attachment to desire gets in the way and obscures this light of pure being. When there is too much attachment or resistance to anything in this life, it causes the mind to malfunction and lose contact with its naturally enlightened perspective on reality. What it needs is to relax, rest, and wait for the clarity to come pouring through. The mind, understand that the mind's like a child, believe it or not. It doesn't know any better. That's why we program it. We, each of us, choose to program it. The unenlightened mind is a lot like a fish in a fishbowl. You ever watch a fish at a fishbowl? I'm sure we've all done that. It's actually swimming around in circles, causing the water to spin and all the muck on the bottom to be stirred up, distorting the clarity of the water. Now, when the fish stops swimming and rests, it takes a while for the muck to settle back to the bottom of the bowl, and the water becomes crystal clear. If your health, relationships, money, work, or love, life, seems to be spinning around in muck, you simply need to stop all movement, relax the mind, and rest deep inside yourself again. In time, your issue will resolve itself as the light of your own consciousness will clarify everything for you. By bringing the mind to a complete halt, the illusions of your mind disappear and you naturally experience the infinite source inside you. By bringing the mind to a complete halt, the illusions of your mind disappear and you naturally experience the infinite source inside you. Being still. Being still is the greatest secret to discovering enlightenment. When all of us are completely calm, still and unmoving, our minds become crystal clear, and then we can experience the loving, eternal, and divine aspects of our infinite enlightened nature. The heart opens, and a deep, eternal love for all beings, including you, naturally begins pouring through you. And when the mind is uncluttered, you can see the divine truth of who and what you truly are. I don't know whether I was then a man dreaming I was a butterfly, or whether I am now a butterfly dreaming I am a man, Chang Tzu. The very instant we are empty of mind chatter, we can stop and take a good long look inside ourselves. We can explore ourselves, investigate our past, look into what we want to manifest in our future, and discover something quite amazing about our very nature. We realize that we are not this body, nor these thoughts, or anything we can imagine with our minds. We are really, who we really are goes beyond thinking, beyond concepts, beyond the mind. We are an infinite and eternal soul, all of us, that cannot be burned by fire or wet by water. We are this forever expanding consciousness that cannot be defined. When we are in a state of pure being, completely free from the mind, we instantly start connecting with our inherent enlightened nature. Suddenly, as if from out of nowhere, our true radiant selves, with all their positive life, expanding qualities, find their way into our lives. Our relationships become fun, easy, and effortless. And we think about what amazing gifts we have inside of us to give back to the community. The most simple, blissful, joyful sensations are naturally experienced in the most ordinary situations. By being silent, quiet, and still, we discover that we are already deeply connected to an infinite source of goodness within. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. One cannot help but be in awe when he contemplates the mysteries of eternity, of life, of the marvelous structure of reality. It is enough if one tries merely to comprehend a little of this mystery every day. Never lose a holy curiosity, Albert Einstein. Every morning, try it for the next week of your life. I invite you to explore one thing. The very instant that you awaken from your sleep, before you move your body or open your eyes, take these precious moments to turn your attention inwards and ask this one question. Where is the source of this thought? Where is it coming from? The question itself is the purpose of the exercise. It's not necessary to find an answer. Just keep pointing your attention in the direction of where you feel or think the source of thought is coming from. Directing your attention inside yourself is the key to opening the great door to the beyond. Before you wake up, just take a look inside you. Look deeper inside yourself before your mind starts to think about its agenda for the day. Simply investigate where the source of thought is coming from. And if you can feel, really feel into it, relax into it, and rest in the core of it. This way, you'll tend to return to this place all throughout your day. Bring your heart and soul into this inquiry. And if you get stuck, then simply remain curious. Do not try to get anywhere. Just remain in a state of curiosity and see what happens. There is a hidden force behind your mind running this grand master show. This indivisible divine energy is very, very, very powerful when you connect with it, when you find it. You'll be able to shape-shift your life in any way you'd like to be. Expect your every need to be met. Expect the answer to every problem. Expect abundance on every level. Expect to grow spiritually. You are not living by human laws. Expect miracles. See them take place. Hold ever before you the thought of prosperity and abundance, and know that doing so sets in motion forces that will bring it into being. Eileen Caddy. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I am sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do is relax our bodies. And remember, we all know that we are not the body. We are the God, the soul within, this pure consciousness, this divine perfection. See, it should be pretty simple to relax the body. So you look at the body, and you notice there's stress. Most of us carry stress, don't even know it. We're so used to carrying stress that we don't even know we have stress. Fear, worry, anxiety and tensions, irritability, dissatisfaction, disappointment, many things that we're faced with on a daily basis, give or take. But when you come full circle and you begin to understand it's none of this stuff, why would you carry it with you? Why would we carry this stuff with us? It doesn't make any sense, does it? It's all created by the mind and the ego. So we just, it's like you're not attached to it and you don't have expectations with it, so you can basically throw it away. Now, if you have attachment to something, what do? If you're going to throw it away, what do you say to yourself? Oh, no, I can't throw that away. I may need that. I may want that later. You ever get that feeling? It's in the heart, it's in the gut. The evil mind starts pushing on you. And you just, oh, no. There's a fear that comes in, too. Maybe I shouldn't. I'm going to keep it. I might use it later. And a lot of us experience that. Whereas when you aren't attached, okay, because when you're not attached to something, you're able to just dismiss it without issue, without emotion. You can just let it go. I'm sure we've done this too. So when you learn to do that, genuinely from your heart and mind, the majority of us would never accumulate stuff. all these thoughts and energies and feelings and emotions that we build up. It's no different than getting stuff, that we collect. A lot of us have garages, but we can't put the car in the garage, what it was designed for, because we fill the garage with stuff. And then when we don't have any more room, a lot of us will buy a bigger place to house the stuff so we can get more stuff to put in the new place that's bigger. It's funny. And it's no different that we have this habit when we attach ourselves to what? Worry, stress, fear, anxiety, the unknown, all of these things. So we collect them. And it's not like we know it. A lot of us aren't really conscious about it. So it's like your fear and your anxiety and your stress and your irritability and your hurriedness, right? Dissatisfaction, disappointment. You just basically, why keep them? Let them go. Throw them away. You have a big dumpster and you open the lid and you just dump them in there and walk away. You don't even have a second thought about it. You just keep walking forward. It's done, gone. This way, the body relaxes. It will, too. Every single time, it'll relax. And when that does, you'll know when it relaxes because it becomes very light. Very light. It's like almost floating. And it's not thinking. It's not worrying. It's not stressing. It's not fearing. All these programmed thoughts that we all are exposed to. Millions, tens of millions of them. Which most aren't ours. And so when the body gets that way, and you've had glimpses of it when you just freeze and you stare, and all of a sudden, there's no chatter, there's no noise, it's completely silent. And all you're doing, you're staring, but you're really disconnected from the eyes seeing. Have you ever done that? A lot of us have. We don't. It's not like, oh, here I go. It just happens. And stillness. You don't even move. And this is the God within trying to communicate with you. Now you imagine if all of us, when all of us, are able to do that instantaneously, all the time. I don't mean a bunch of us frozen and staring, but to be able to go into that. That's the now. There's no noise, there's no thinking, there's no ego, there's no mind. It's just you, the God that you are. The now, the space between heartbeats, the moment. And this, it stills the ego mind, the subconscious mind, because you step out of it. We all do. So when we look at that, and we say, well, this is great. And we don't judge it either. We just enjoy it. Totally relaxed. Light as a feather. No ego, no mind, no subconscious mind, none of the tens of millions of thoughts running by. Feel that in your heart, mind. Feels great. Now, a lot of us don't realize it, but that there is no past. There are memories that we use to remind us what not to do, good or bad. And then there's memories of fun and enjoyment and happiness and bliss, which are kind of like organic pictures that we refer to whenever we choose. Now, some of us, though, will go into that past. It's an elephant graveyard. It's like dank. There isn't even any movement of air. But we stay there too long. I'm not saying that we know we stay there too long. It's like anything. We get in a habit. We don't care to let it go. So we take it, we bring it into a future that doesn't exist. We create that future from that past, and we relive that past in that future. Totally oblivious most of the time. We say, well, no matter what we do, we always seem to end up in the same place. And most of the time, that's because you brought the past into the future. When the past is dead, I mean deader than a doornail. Some of us will go in the future. Now remember, there's three platforms: the past, the now, and the future. Many of us ignore the now and mess around in the past or the future. It doesn't exist because we don't know that we create the future in the now. So some of us will go in the future. All of us have. I wouldn't say some of us. We've all been there. We all go, kind of wander off into the future and say, I wonder when this is going to happen. I wonder when I'm going to have this. Boy, I'd really like to have this. I wonder how I can do this. And when am I going to meet this person? When's this going to happen? And we just do that. And then that creates expectation, attachment, and fear. See what I mean? Suffering. So staying in the now, choosing to stay in the now, eliminates all that. You don't add that. So we don't attract it. We don't attract the tension, the frustration, the disappointment, the letdown. Oh, it didn't come, didn't happen for me. Because we just absolutely savor every single second that we have in these physical life forms. We savor every split microsecond that we have in these physical life forms. Doesn't matter. See, you switch the camera action of your God so you understand that all that out there is nothing until I enjoy the God I am. And then all that out there effortlessly flows in. Now, when you move into the now, you still the ego mind and subconscious mind. You're in the now only, period, nothing else. You're not thinking 2 minutes ahead, 2 minutes behind, 50 years ahead, 50 years behind, whatever the sequence of time is. You're not doing it because we're just in the now, in the moment. Not saying it's easy at times because we have a tendency to get floated off into things. And so what happens when we, grab onto a thought that's not ours and we wander off? We all do it. None of us are exempt from it. What happens? We wander off. We're not in the now. How do we stay in the now? Our breath. It's in our breath. Divine positive energy. The soul enters the body, powers up the body, the lungs start functioning, we have the breath. The breath sustains the body so that the soul can be housed in the body and we can experience this life. It focuses us, it strengthens us, it eases us, it relaxes us. It's very powerful. So when we do grab onto a cloud that's passing by, that's another thought or a group of thoughts that aren't ours, we grab onto them, we just kind of float off in all different directions, different thoughts. So sometimes we get these thoughts and we say to ourselves, that can't be my thought. Where did that come from? Well, it came from all the programmed thoughts, the tens of millions of them out there, that roll into us 24/7. You then, when that happens, you see that being always gentle, kind, generous, and humble to yourself at all times, and the deepest of gratitude at all times. You just literally focus on that divine positive energy. You'll be in the now 24/7, 3,000% of the time. You'll always be able to bring yourself from that wandering into the now. And it's practice. Sometimes you might choose to do it, 100 times a day, because you wander off. After a while, it becomes autopilot. You automatically say, I've wandered off, I'm going to focus now on the now with my breath, my divine positive energy. It's all in the breath. Now, the body is as light as a feather. It isn't thinking, it's not contemplating, it's totally silent. In the now, completely relaxed head to toe. We know how to stay in the now. And then we're aware that these bodies, right? The God source, pure consciousness, the higher self, the spirit, the soul, ego mind, the subconscious mind is all one. And we also know that the soul within these bodies is heaven on earth. Soul's the heaven, body's the earth. And that to be consciously aware, we know that every step we take, we're creating paradise. And we shine the God force, love, light, energy within each and every one of us, outward 360 degrees, flooding everything. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe, on, in, above, and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. So you really can see through your heart, mind's motion picture. If you were to be afar out in the outer atmosphere and we were to look at this planet, you would see that it would glow. A constant, brilliant light, greater than 1 billion trillion suns. You would see it glow. Not from heat or fire, but from pure, deep, eternal love. Now, you can look at the body anytime you choose. No, you don't analyze it or judge it. You just go, okay, so I see these 7 lights running from the tailbone of this body up to the top of the head. Those are energy vortexes. You, the God, flow through them. And by flowing through them, you cover every single micro speck of that body. Every emotion, blood flow, organ function, everything. That's why when you leave the body ceases. And when you completely leave that body, it ceases to function. It's done. So you see these lights, you're curious, you say, okay, so I'm flowing through them, right? So we look at the red one, the root chakra, the red wheel of light. And this is our survival. In this physical world, in this body, with the body, survival. Not the soul, the body, survival. And the survival is money, finances, food, clothing, shelter, water. And the fear blocks it. Fear, thought. We literally, fear is a thought, that's all it is. Has no energy, no power. But then we move it into form. Bring it into our reality and experience it. And then this blocks our survival. If we had a group of us out in the middle of nowhere, not that we had any survival skills, and we would rely on each other to survive, but those who would panic would perish. It's a proven fact. So we move to the orange wheel of light. This deals with our pleasure, joy, and bliss, and happiness, and all of it. You've been there. We all have, I think, where we're enjoying ourselves. It's absolutely phenomenal. You know, everything is clicking. And we're just in this kind of a euphoric feeling, a bliss. And it feels so good that the ego mind comes in and says, no, you can't have this all the time. You're only going to have this for a short period of time. It's not going to work. You don't deserve to live this way forever. Just enjoy it while you can, because it's going to end. And we convince ourselves of that. And guess what? It ends. And the only reason it ends, even though it's our natural state of being, the only reason it ends is because the ego mind is controlling us. So that's when the guilt comes in, which is another illusion. Then we move to willpower, the sacral chakra. The willpower is blocked by shame. Another illusion. And then the emerald green wheel of light. This is our ability to love. And when you're not capable of loving, none of us are when we're in a deep grief. Then we move to the blue wheel of light, throat chakra. This deals with our truth, blocked by lies. We see a lot of lies flying all over this planet right now. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light. This deals with insight, blocked by illusion. Most of our insights are blocked by illusion. So our perspectives are skewed. Interpretations are skewed. And then we move to the crown chakra. This is our direct connection to the divine. You're the divine. It is your direct connection to you, the God, the pure consciousness. And unfortunately, it is blocked by our little friend, the ego attachment. So when we're attached to our ego, our cosmic energy, our always and forever, is blocked. So we're at the top of the crown chakra, the gods that we are, because we float in our divine positive energy, our breath, at the top of the head. And we could do anything we choose. You know, we can condense ourselves into a pure liquid energy and just put it wherever we want. Because it never leaves us, because everything is part of us. So we direct it. And when we do this, we say, okay, so the pineal gland in this physical form, this body, this biologic. So the pineal gland, we saturate it with the pure God force, love, light energy. And the pineal gland is very important to us while we're in these bodies, because when it's fully functioning, healthy, happy, and joyous, it connects us to all the particles of existence. And eventually we will learn that we can be everywhere. Because we connect to all civilizations, all of their gods, as part of our gods, and our gods as part of their gods, and there is nothing separate, ever. And each one has its consciousness. So we pour ourselves over the pineal gland. And you can view the pineal gland through your heart, mind's emotion picture. I see it as a rosebud, green, kind of a green ball. And when I release the God that I am over it, it immediately transforms into this massive, fully bloomed rose with multicolored petals and an absolutely fabulous fragrance. And it sends out these kind of waves, these shimmers that just saturate me. It's not like rain. It's not a moisture. It's an energy. And it just goes, it just moves in. And the feeling that, while in these bodies, the feeling that you receive from it is inexplainable. The peace is astronomically the deepest possible peace that there could ever be. The joy, the gratitude, the love, absolutely unimmeasurable. And it's constant. So then you discover that, wait a minute, I'm the rose. The rose is the God. The God is within me. There's nothing separate here. So you view the God that you are through the rose. And the rose communicates to you that you are the God within that body. Feel it in your heart minds. Feel it through this whole meditation. Be it. Don't view it, be it. Now we all know that we are heaven on earth, creating paradise every step we take. We also know that none of us are separate. It appears that way in these bodies, doesn't it? But we aren't. Is the ocean separate from itself? No, how can it be? Cannot be. Even if you take a drop of the ocean and you take it and put it in your hand, is it separate from the ocean? Cannot be. We are not separate from each other. We never will be. So we know that there are parts of us also that are awake. Other parts of us that aren't awake. They're asleep. So since some of us are awake to a certain extent, we reach out to all the other parts of us that are awake to a certain extent in this meditation. And there's literally over 1 billion of us on and off world. That's very small compared to those that we reach out to. Such as all the light energy beings and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Where are the other ones? They're with us, but they're sleeping. So they won't hear us. So all light energy beings, including all those on this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now, on it, in it, above it, and below it, they come in the Gugaplexes. One Gugaplex fills this entire universe with not even an inch of space, of sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of Gugaplexes from trillions of universes. The ones on this planet. Fairies and sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, many, many, many more. Now, they come in shape, color, sizes, and forms and configurations throughout existence, and on this planet as well. But with these eyes on these bodies, we only see 1% of what is. And they're all with us now, consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, galactic celestials. Yet only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, form this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. Now, the ones that we're somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the felines, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, Draco the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, enlightenment, ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in the trillions and beyond in numbers, they are with us now consciously. That means all the ones that are asleep, all the ones that are awake, the ones that are asleep don't hear us, but they're part of us, so they can't be not with us. All the inhabitants of inner Earth, hollow Earth, Agartha, and beneath Earth. Billions in civilizations, species. Yet, only those that are consciously aware, that are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. And in the billions, they're with us now consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, again, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. They're all with us, but the ones that are somewhat awake are with us consciously. And we're all gathered. And such as the archangels, cherubim, seraphim, the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Christ, El Morya, Abundantia, Pel, Thoth, Yahweh, Yeshua. And then only of the archangels that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation. In this now. And the archangels, they vibrate at a different frequency than we do, so we don't see them like we see each other. We meet with them, we interact with them, we don't know immediately when we do that they are, but we usually have a residual from the God within that lets us know that that was an angel. And that's a bit of bliss. And they have the same message for all of us. It comes in just numerous ways. Isn't it absolutely magna, glorious, spectacular, stupendous to be alive in these bodies? And that is bliss. And they can surround any one of us at any one time in the tens of thousands because of their vibrational frequency. They can hold a large number in a small area. Now, ascended masters, same way. Only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. So they're all with us, but only a small number consciously. Now, same with the ascended masters. They have mastered ascending into physical form and out of physical form, and they hold pure God form, pure consciousness. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation. And we're all together, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion. Non-ego, non-negativity, non-judgment, stillness of mind, gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one. And we're all God. And we're all love. And our God force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We all immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and this now. This light emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every one of us. It is so brilliant that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1 billion trillion suns to even come close to its brightness. And this brightness, this light, is the absolute, ultimate, deepest, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And it is flooding this planet, inside and out, up through the feet, through the legs, up like a fountain and around, encasing all of us, inside and out, with that of which we all are, the God, the love, the pure consciousness. Endlessly. You can see it through your heart-mind's motion picture without judgment. You can feel it through your heart-minds as much as you care to, because it is you. It's all of us. Everyone, all on this planet, on it, in it, above and below it. We begin to ascend above the planet. As we do, we're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It's everywhere. It is sparkling. It is literally trillions of light flashes. Not like a camera flash, but a deep, penetrating brightness. And it's all reflecting off of all of us, through us, around us, above us, below us. And we discover that the reflective points of these beautiful multicolored lights are these little tiny microscopic edge mirrors. So we enter them, and we discover that all of us are teachers and students interacting with each other. So we're either teaching or learning from ourselves and each other. Never, ever do we not. How can we not? We're all one anyway. So the different facets and aspects of the one, constantly learning, constantly teaching. It's phenomenal when you see it through your heart-mind's motion picture and you feel it through your heart-mind. We continue to ascend. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that we created that reminds every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that we created to remind us of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that we all created to remind ourselves, each of us, every one of us, that we are imbued from head to toe, inside and out, with this brilliant white fire armor. Not like an armor in the night, not like the armor on body armor, anything like that. Way, way, way beyond that. Emanates from the God force, love, light, energy within each and every one of us. The light, the love, the peace. And we're imbued 24/7. Always have been. Always will be. From head to toe, inside and out, with this white fire armor that's impenetrable. No demon attachment. No attachments, period. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies invasion. No manipulation. No distortion. No seduction. Ever. Omnipotently powerful. They know that. The lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies, they can't come near it, they'll vaporize. But only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequency, whether consciously or unconsciously, low enough through hatred, anger, greed, envy, hurriedness, stress, anxiety, fear, disappointment, you will lower your vibrational frequency low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come in. What does that mean? Demon attachments, illusions, all kinds of wonderful things. And if you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with the two columns of light, purple transmuting flame and the violet ray. They work together. The first one, purple transmuting flame, is a column of light that we created, that we know that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all of these neutral, lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance, sending them back to pure consciousness, where they're literally vaporized, they're no more. The violet ray, we then pull it in. It is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony of the highest of deepest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with the golden white pink light. This is a column of light that we created to remind us all, while in these physical forms, that the God within us, we are the sun, the sunlight, the rain and the rainbows. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the mountains, the earth, the soil, the trees, the forest, the animals, the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. So the next time you see a sunset, or a sunrise, or an ocean front, or a mountain view, or a rainbow, it is you. You're the beauty. You're the divinity. You're the majesty. You are everything. Everything is us, all of us. We continue to ascend above the planet. And as we do, some of us decide to step outside our physical form, if we're carrying physical form, and float effortlessly above it. Why do we do that? Because we can. We come into full contact with this massive crystalline light tower that we all created, larger than the solar system. Been there for a very long time. Now, the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere with a golden white bowl of light in the center, surrounded by numerous multicolored bands and rings of light, and they're all sending this energy that just blends in with us. And the golden white bowl of light is the highest of deepest, purest eternal love. Then comes the highest of deepest, purest eternal gratitude. Then comes the highest and the deepest and purest of eternal peace, and then well-being, and great wealth, and great abundance, and great prosperity, and joy, and bliss, tranquility, benevolence. It's unending. And the communication is that it is you in that body, the God. All of it. You. All of us. The gods within these bodies. Now, on top of this crystalline light tower, we designed it So the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees. What is the golden ocean? It is the ultimate, the deepest, the purest of eternal love. It is a reflection of all the gods that we are. And it's flooding us all. We're in this ocean, this golden ocean. This entire planet is flooded in this golden ocean. She, her soul, her God, is flooded in this golden ocean. All planets, all the celestials, the planets, all the galactics, all the off-worlders, all of it, everything is submerged in this golden ocean. And it's flooding everything on this planet, on it, in it, above it, and below it. All life, the highest supreme value in the universe is. And we are drops of this golden ocean. We also hold the essence of the golden ocean. So the golden ocean is drops of the golden ocean. The only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere. It's that center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses almost 1,500 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Think about that. Feel it. All with the highest intent. The deepest and purest eternal love, gratitude, and peace. Abundance, wealth, prosperity, well-being, all of it. And it's cascading all over, through us, above us, below us, 24/7. When you combine all this, now you understand why what you see on this planet, well, in that body, is the chaos, is because of the light is flooding it all. And it is disintegrating in that high vibrational frequency. It is a fact. It isn't a guess, it's a fact. That's why this meditative sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And that's why, including the crystal light tower, they continue to expand and intensify. Not only this planet, but this solar system, this quadrant of the galaxy, and beyond. It's affecting everything. Magna glorious. You invite it, embrace it, be it. It is us. It is you. I'll join you in the meditation, and I'll return to close us out.
take a easy breath in through the nose and an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly, if you wish, or stay completely still. The lies of the personality are a very heavy burden on the essence, on the soul. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, and the following morning. We'll return here July 26, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation